For some of you, it's Saturday morning. Some of you, it's Saturday afternoon. For some of you, it's Saturday evening. You know what that means? Tell Canada Dry.
It's time for your daddy's Ring of Honor show. It's time for Ring of Honor After Dark. Woo! Hit the music.
Woo! Anything goes. It's dynamite after dark.
Oh, Saturdays are made for fighting. This was kind of a stinker. I am the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbler son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Hell yeah, overflowing through the rim of the glass.
There's ginger ale all over the place.
There's ginger ale all over the place. And of course, we are joined by our third guest. He is superstar Rich Southwood. Superstar, tell him hello to everybody in Internet land.
Hello, everybody in Internet land.
All right, so we are on the precipice of what could very well be the entryway, if you will, into Tony Khan's vision of what he wants Ring of Honor to be. And so we start off Final Battle with a great video package, kind of just opening up, shows you the past, guys like Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, and building that hype for Final Battle. And we open up with 0 Hour, the first hour of the pay-per-view. We start off with a brand new debut of Mascara Dorada and Jeff Cobb from the United Empire. Here's my notes. Great match to start. I am a huge fan of both of these opponents. I love Mascara. I love Jeff Cobb. It's going to be King of the Ropes versus the Hawaiian Hulk. Dorado looks amazing. He's slim, he's trim, he's ready to fight. Best move of the night was Jeff Cobb catching Dorado, slamming him into the corner, and then slamming him on the edge of the ring was freaking fantastic by Cobb. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the opening match of 0 Hour?
I think this was great. Great way to kind of get the buzz going. It's freaking Jeff Cobb, one of the greatest Ring of Honor champions of all time.
Yeah.
Seems like he just came out of nowhere. It's like, hey, Jeff, you want to come wrestle? He's like, yeah. All right, let's do this thing. But yeah, you knew that it wasn't going to be in doubt when you saw Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, absolutely. Rich, what were your thoughts on the opening match for the 0 Hour?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. I love Jeff Cobb. I'm a very big United Empire supporter. I like a lot of what they do. Every time that Cobb hits Tour of the Islands, I get a shiver up and down my spine. It's one of the coolest looking finishers, I think, in the business. And you can't ask for anything more for free TV to build up a pay-per-view. It's amazing.
Absolutely. I love the fact that he surfed on top of Mascara Dorada. Surfed. He was catching waves and hanging 10 on the back of Mascara Dorada.
Is it possible that Cobb is bigger than before?
He looks a lot bigger, yeah.
Like, I was like, what the heck is this guy eating? Like whole chickens, one in each hand, just one after the other? Or?
Yeah, he's eating cheeseburgers.
Or maybe he ate cheeseburger.
That's true.
Kate says Jeff Cobb is an amazing talent. I want to see him more in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, he's tearing it up in New Japan. I don't see him making but maybe a once or twice appearance in AEW. He is just destroying it in New Japan right now. And speaking of cheeseburger, that leads us into our next match. We're talking about Eli Isom and Cheeseburger versus
Cheeseburger!
Bernard and
Can I just
Angelo.
interrupt you for a second, JFB?
Go ahead.
Do you know what they call cheeseburger in France?
Oh, no. What?
They
What
call them a royale with cheese.
That's Royale with cheese.
Am I living in Groundhog's Day?
You know,
feel
I'm
like
going to use this line whenever I can get it out there.
Oh man. So stroke candidate Matt Menard looks kind of chunky, looked a little bit out of shape, looked a little winded through most of this match. I love Cheeseburger's gimmick. For those who don't know about Cheeseburger, the guy is an enhancement talent for Ring of Honor. He's won a couple of big matches, he's won a couple of belts, but he's mostly there to put people over. The story goes is that when he was at Ring of Honor's training camp, one of the Ring of Honor wrestlers says, y'all need to give that guy a cheeseburger because he's so thin. He weighs about 80 pounds, maybe soaking wet. He took Cheeseburger and ran with it. Really good back and forth for the two teams that really don't know much about each other. I was disappointed we didn't get Cheeseburger's show tie palm strike. That's what he's known for. If you don't know the background, Liger taught him how to do it. Jushin Thunder Liger taught him how to do the show tie palm strike. It looked like he was going to do it, and then it never materialized, which I was kind of disappointed. Rich,
You know what Cheeseburger needs for his gimmick?
what's that?
He needs a cheeseburger in the corner that he just randomly eats throughout the match. He's just like,
Well, he's got the big stuffed cheeseburger, which I've seen him use against people before.
he actually uses it in the match?
Yeah. Occasionally he'll throw it at his opponent. His opponent will struggle to get it off his face. So.
See, I thought Canada Dry was going to say a tag team partner called French Fries.
Yeah, French fries.
I'm corny, but I'm not that corny. I want to see him munch on it. Never use it. Kind of like Jake Hager's hat. Just like.
So, Rich, what were your thoughts on the tag team match? Eli Isom and Cheeseburger versus Menard and Parker.
Yeah, I think that the former 2.0 are probably one of the best kept secrets in all of AEW. I love to see their work in ring, and I love them on the mic even more. It's always fun to watch Cheeseburger kind of run around. I don't know as much about Eli Isom, but it was a solid match all the way around. I enjoyed it.
Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't know much about those other guys, so it was a decent match though. I enjoyed it, and I was just when you're in the pre-show, you're just like, okay, hurry up, let's go, come on. Yeah. I'm trying to eat these wings and
trying to eat cheeseburgers while you're watching Cheeseburger, man. So that leads us to our third match of the night in the 0 hour, the pre-show. We get Trish Adora versus Willow Nightingale. I really like Adora's style. I really like her style. I loved her technique. I love the power of Willow's positivity. Adora's got a really good mix of power and technical prowess. They talked about her technical prowess. They say she's probably one of the best technical wrestlers in wrestling today. I don't buy that. She's not on the same level as some of your more well-known technical wrestlers. So
she's not even good as Natalya.
She's not even, no. I mean, she's good. She's got some great power behind her. Yeah. She's got some great technique, but not on the level of some of your major, great shoulder tackle though from Willow. Willow gets the win. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the women's match?
Okay, so first thing I noticed about this is the way Ring of Honor treats Willow is way different than how an AEW show treats Willow. Mm-hmm. She's coming out. She's all like, look, why is she not doing that at the AEW shows?
Yeah.
She is.
Like,
I was there live and saw her.
No, she's not waving her hands, clapping them. And
yeah,
no, she's not.
I have video of it. I can send it to you.
Canada Dry's drunk.
He's ginger right now.
Not on any of the Dynamites. She wasn't. Maybe a dark.
The one I was there, she was, or I think she was there for dark when I was there. I don't think it was a dynamite match, but yeah, she came out with all the enthusiasm in the world.
But maybe they're not showing it. Maybe the camera's not
It could be
because I've never seen
it
that
could be.
before.
Yep. It's a disservice to her if they're not.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah,
what did you think of the match?
That's what I noticed. It's like they've never really highlighted that on her before, unless So, but I thought it was a fun match, an easy match, and Willow was going over. So yeah, it was a serviceable match.
Yeah, Rich, what are your thoughts?
The match was fun. Willow is always fun to watch. I always enjoy her in the ring. Her pounce is really, really good. She worries me with that doctor bomb though sometimes, especially if she's facing a bigger opponent. I almost feel like she doesn't rotate and get them up high enough. Yeah. And I always worry about whoever she's working with. So I hope nothing bad ever happens, but it always looks great. And with Trisha Dora, like they build her up like she was Serena Deeb or something. Yeah. Like I'm like, I've seen her on dark matches and stuff like that, but she's not like Daniel Garcia or Wheeler Yuta type of technical wrestler. So I didn't know that she wrestled so many intergender matches and defended whatever it is that they were talking about. So that I thought that was pretty cool. It was a good factoid, and I think they put on a good match.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely not Serena Deeb. I mean, we're Deeb dweebs here at the All After
Dweebs, yes.
Yes.
Deeb dweebs. We love Serena Deeb.
Oh, I want to enroll in that professor school every day.
Yeah. I mean, she's the Bret Hart of the female wrestlers. I mean, there's nobody around that has a good technical base as good as Serena Deeb. But, Trisha Dora, I mean, I was highly impressed. I've only seen her spot here and there. I've never really seen her.
I was saying to the guys on the pre-show, she reminds me of the name reminds me of She-Ra's maybe alter ego. Princess Adora. Wasn't she? That was her name, Princess Adora.
So let's get to our final match of the pre-show. And of course, we're talking about Top Flight. Darius and good Lord. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name.
Darius and Dante?
Dante, that's right. Dante Martin. Versus the Kingdom, Michael Bennett, and of course, Matt Taven from the Kingdom. I love seeing the Kingdom in Ring of Honor again. I love the fact that they came out to their old music, same music that Adam Cole used in his entrance. I loved it. It was such a great throwback. Two teams that love to hit and fly. Darius looks amazing as well as Dante. The Martins remind me of the Dynamite Kid doing offense well ahead of anybody else. They are in another universe, another dimension with some of the stuff that they were doing. Rich Southwood, your thoughts on Top Flight versus the Kingdom?
There's not a better way to end the 0 hour than having this match. It was exciting. It was just action-packed. You were on the edge of your seat the entire time, just wondering. Some of those near falls towards the 2/3, quarter of the way really bit me because I didn't know how long it was going to go. Because I didn't know how much buildup they would do before they actually switched over from the free show to the pay-per-view. Yeah. But I was just my eyes were just bug-eyed the entire time. Every time those guys get in the ring, you're going to be guaranteed a good time.
Yep, absolutely. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the tag team match that ended the 0 hour?
So, with no Brian Henson here, with no Trey J, does someone have a joke of the week for Bobby Fish? Does anyone have any ideas?
Well, it's funny because I do have one. Should I play the intro?
Yeah, let's
play the intro, intern.
Just play the intro? Okay, here we go. Play the intro, intern. So I don't know if you know, but Bobby Fish is actually in the Bible. He's the one who taught Moses how to wrestle in the very beginning of the books of in the Old Testament. He taught Moses how to walk on water, how to split the sea, and how to do a pile driver. that's our Bobby Fish joke of the week.
So is he also, is that where Moses learned how to kick the rock that was giving them nourishment when they were wandering throughout the desert?
There you go. There you go.
Figured as much. It was a drop kick. I knew it.
Yeah, it was a drop kick from Bobby Fish. So there we go. That's our Bobby Fish joke of the week. I know it feels
But
weird.
back then,
yeah.
You know what? Back then he was called Bobby Foosh.
Bobby Foosh.
Bobby Foosh.
Bobby Foosh.
Yeah, back to the
yeah.
I thought it was a great way to start the paper. No, not start the buy-in and get you ready for the actual pay-per-view, because it kind of elevated like at that point, right? And I think the right team won.
Yeah. It was really good to see. I love the Kingdom. I've always loved the Kingdom. I think Matt Taven is probably one of the most underrated wrestlers. The guy is 6'3", for God's sakes. 6'3", and the guy flies around like he's 5'11". I mean, it's just amazing how much speed he's got. And you know, Mike Bennett, I mean, let's be honest. Him getting fired from WWE was probably the greatest thing to ever happen to him. He cut a lot of weight. He's wrestling in AAA. He's wrestling in Japan. He's wrestling in AEW. He's wrestling in Ring of Honor.
He's in GCW, isn't he?
He's in GCW. He's wrestling everywhere. I mean, the man is working his butt off.
Well, and not only that, you get Maria too, who's a great producer and is going to help you a lot in your women's division. Yeah. So, like, that's an extra booker for TK for ROH.
Yeah.
For the women's division, if he wants to utilize that resource.
Yeah. Booking is going to be the word we're going to use a lot coming up for the main card.
I'm frustrated.
Booking is the word of the day, kids. Children, if you're looking for the word of the day is booking, and how not to book, and sometimes how to book. And so we're going to get into the main card. The pay-per-view starts. You scan the QR code. You made the $39.99 purchase. And we start off with the first match, not one that was on any of our prediction cards. It was ROH and his yet another brother, Dralistico, versus AR Fox and Blake Christian.
Okay, so a little piece of information here.
Yeah.
That is the original Sin Cara.
That is not the original Sin Cara.
It is. It is.
No, it is not.
I was told.
I don't know
that
who
is
told
Mystico.
You. No, that is
the
not
effing expert. That too.
The effing expert is drunk off his ass, is what he is.
You guys, I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
Dralistico is not the original Sin Cara. Mystico is.
Jeremy, tell him.
Jeremy, are you watching? He's not.
He was on there earlier.
Yeah. See.
Anyways, so this is Dralistico.
We'll get into it when Jeremy
there he is. Dralistico debut is looking awesome. Glad people get to see him. Digging Christian, first time I've ever seen this ginger. The Wrestling Observer said, I don't believe anything the Wrestling Observer says. That they are drunk.
Oh, come on. Now we get the proof and you're like.
That's like saying, hey, we should listen to Dave Meltzer. That's Dave Meltzer.
About a Young Buck story.
Come on, yeah. They're not gonna lie about it. They look like shit if they do.
They lie about everything. It's a dirt sheet. They watch it and click. Anyways, I'm really digging Christian. First time I've ever seen that ginger-headed freak. Holy cow. That guy can motor.
That's all heart, baby. All heart Blake Christian. He was been on Dark quite a few times. Always puts on a good show.
I don't watch Dark. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the only thing. You kind of have to watch all of them sometimes in order to get the whole story.
Yeah. Christian could take a butt kicking. He could take a butt kicking like there's no tomorrow. Feud doing it. They're doing it all over the ring. Shenanigans abound. Yeah, I mean, it was not a bad match. I mean, you know, obviously AR Fox, Blake Christian get the win. ROH is not happy about this. I'm surprised that ROH's brothers did not come over the ramp like Dragon Lee, and I think there's like 3 or 4 others that are also related to him. Didn't come into the ring and start piling on and beating the living crap out of him. Rich, what were your thoughts on the opening match of the main card?
So before I even say anything, do you guys feel like the ending was a botch?
I do.
Because I don't feel like Blake Christian and was supposed to go over. Like, I don't think they were supposed to go over. I don't see any world where that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
So I think that was a goof up, but it is what it is. The match itself was really good. I'm always impressed with ROH. His physicality is just ridiculous, and his chops are probably, if not 1A or 1B, it's like number 2 and the best in the company.
Yeah.
Like it just gives me shivers every time I think about it.
Yep, absolutely. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the opening match of the main card?
I thought Sarah and Roosh did a great job. Yeah. I thought that they kicked ass, and well, anyways, that was interesting. The finish. It seemed like it was only a 2 count, but maybe he went too far and made it a 3.
I think he accidentally went down
and then was committed to it.
Yeah,
but no one would have known. I thought it was a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't make sense. It kind of ended very abruptly. Because like I'm watching it, I went to turn to get a Coke. I turned back, it's gone. It's over. I'm like, what happened? I had to rewind it to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to our second match of the night. We are talking about Athena versus Mercedes Martinez. What is that crap on Athena's face? And does she have a googly eye for her?
Yes.
Like the little googly eye?
Yes. And I loved it.
Like they couldn't paint like a regular eyeball. They had to give her a googly eye.
That's the irony of it all.
I think she did it for fun to see if anyone would notice. And I love stuff like that.
There's an Instagram page that I follow where this guy puts googly eyes on things like mailboxes and like lights and street signs and all this stuff. And it's absolutely some of the funniest crap I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll have to find it.
I'll put it. Reminds me of JFB.
What? Yeah.
This reminds me of something Owen Hart would do. Put a googly eye on his forehead.
Owen Hart would do a googly eye and it would be funny. Athena doesn't, and it makes no sense. Like, I get you want to have a third eye, but you know, like, put a regular eye, put a hentai eye or something.
Look, she's being goofy. Come on. She's being
Owen Hart,
the character, it doesn't fit.
Owen Hart would have put the eyes on his nipples.
Yeah, which would have been hilarious, or his belly. Like, that would have been absolutely hilarious.
But he still would have been a heel, which is what.
Right.
Yeah, but she can't pull that off. Like, she's supposed to be this destroyer of the women's division, and she's walking around with a googly eye on her head.
Yeah, you know what the problem is? Is that the kayfabe is kind of dead, and it like you kind of do stuff like that because no one takes kayfabe seriously anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no one got the memo that Athena was the heel here. If you noticed,
yeah,
because she got put over like she was a babyface the entire match.
Yeah. I mean, it was a total grudge match. And then
Martinez got booed like crazy, right?
Yeah, and she got that. I mean, they beat.
I mean, she leaned into it, thank God, but it was odd.
Yeah, Canada Dry. What were your thoughts on this match? Yeah, what were your thoughts on the Athena Martinez match?
Oh, I thought the match itself was absolutely great. It was highly entertaining. Everything about this match, I couldn't think of one bad thing. It was an all around great match, including the googly eye. I can't say enough good things about this match. I loved it, and Athena deserves it.
Yeah, Rich, what are your thoughts?
I think that it was 100% the right call to put the strap on Athena. I think that they've been building her up, and Mercedes, for whatever reason, has not been able to perform. So I think it was a good idea to have her go over here. So maybe we'll see some more title defenses. But they have good chemistry in the ring together. I thought that it was a really good match. Like Canada Dry said, I have no complaints. Like it was just good, hard hitting action. They had me bid a couple times thinking maybe Mercedes might retain because I was for sure. I thought Serena T was going to beat her.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was no way I thought that Mercedes Martinez would beat Serena Deeb. So I was like, I've been fooled before.
Yeah.
But it was a great
Let's
match.
clear this comment with Mr. Isaacs here. Today.
So Mr. Isaacs says, okay, I got some clarification via Wikipedia, which is still kind of fugazi to be sure, but he is Mystico, but it's Dragon Lee who apparently works as Mystico now.
So Dragon Lee is Dragon Listico now too?
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's probably something to do like Penta El Sarmiedo and Penta Obscura, because if you look at in Dragon Lee, it was all white and this one was all black.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a dual personality thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Lucha, and Mr. Isaac says, Lucha is confusing AF. And it's true. I mean, I watch a lot of Lucha. I watch CMLL, I watch AAA, I watch as much as I possibly can. It is so freaking hard because almost all of these guys are related in some way, shape, or form. They all are related. And so it's so hard to keep track of, like right now, Blue Demon Jr. is not actually Blue Demon Jr. It's another guy taking the helm while Blue Demon Jr. is hurt. Same with Dr. Wagner Jr. It's a bound of a mystery.
You know who my favorite luchador is?
Who's that?
The Blue Blazer. Say your prayers and drink your milk.
Oh my God. All right. Anyways, let's get on our third match of the night. Shane Taylor Promotions versus Swerve in Our Glory. Swerve is side-eyeing Keith Lee the entire match. I love Griffey and I love his MMA style. But I came to watch one group of guys and one group of guys only, and that is the Pretty Boy Killers, otherwise known as Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. Taylor is so huge. I don't remember him being as big as he was. And he's not as nimble or not as quick as Keith Lee is, but man, that guy packs a punch. It's like when those two guys hooked up, it's like watching the Incredible Hulk versus the Thing. It's two guys just ready, two big, huge hulking guys just ready to beat the ever-living crap out of each other. Canada Dry, your thoughts on Shane Taylor versus Promotions versus Swerve in Our Glory?
Let me tell you, I didn't expect this match to be what it was.
Yeah.
I expected a good match, but I didn't expect to be thrilled and chilled with what this match ended up being. I absolutely loved everything about this match, including the finish where Swerve walks away, but Keith Lee pulls out the big old W. And I was talking to Austin about this earlier, and he made this exact call. I was like, I'm glad I listened to my good friend Austin Lee.
Yeah. I mean, Swerve being Swerve. You knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen.
I love Swerve, though. I love the looks on Swerve's face, too.
He was better in WWE. I don't see him lasting much longer in AEW. That's just me personally. I like him better as in WWE with Hit Row. I think he should go back if his contract is truly up. Rich, what were your thoughts on the tag match?
But I want to point out that Swerve didn't leave until Lee accidentally hit him.
Yeah.
So he may have side-eyed him the whole time, but he swerved us in thinking that he was actually there for him.
Yeah.
Until he got hit accidentally, and that's when he left. So I thought that was an interesting way to tell the story, and I thought that Keith Lee did a wonderful job at different points in the match selling the story with his facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like the conundrum within him of facing his former friend, and then at the same time wondering if he really can trust Swerve. So I thought it was interesting. Once Swerve left, I was like, I don't know about this match anymore because I predicted them to win, and I was happy when the match ended the way that it did.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought overall it was a really good match. It was what it was supposed to be, which was, it was supposed to highlight Keith Lee and Sean Taylor. Oh, Shane Taylor. Sorry.
And I'm excited for what comes next with Swerve and Big Keith Lee. Keith Lee's gonna be chasing him all over the place. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, There's gonna be a reckoning that's gonna happen sooner than later. I have a feeling. So let's go to our fourth match of the night. We're talking about Dalton Castle and the boys with his peacock power. And when we talk about, when we do talk about Mr. Dalton Castle, we always have to go with
a stupid, naive, silly little goose.
Oh, I love Dalton Castle. He is a gift.
It's funny because I was getting ready to do it because I weren't sure if you were.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Anytime I talk about Dalton Castle, Silly Goose is coming out. So we got Castle and the boys versus the Embassy, which is the Gates of whatever verse, and Brian Cage. I so want to be Castle's bestie, only because I want to get his ring-worn gear and hang it in my house. I got close.
Hey, look at our logo.
What's that? Wait,
it's a silly little goose.
Yeah, it was StreamYard, and I saw it, man.
That's a duck, damn it. That's a duck. That's a duck. It's a duck. I'm telling you, it's a silly duck. I got really close. I got real close to getting one of Dalton Castle's jumpsuits and got outbid at the last second. I love the table move. This is going to be.
Would you wear it if you won it?
No, I didn't. I lost it. I lost it by like $100. I was
but if you had won it, would you have worn it?
I don't think I would have worn it. I think I would have brought it to a show and got it signed and then put it in the case. I have a couple of trunks. I have a couple of ring used trunks, but Dalton, he's a beautiful peacock. He's a beautiful peacock that has to strut and dance. Toa is a freaking beast. Castle took a lot of bumps on his back, which I was really surprised because somebody that's not that long ago removed from having major back surgery, he was taking a lot of bumps on his back. So, Rich Southwood, you go first. Castle and the boys versus the Embassy. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought that this was a great match. I enjoyed the physicality of the Embassy in contrast to like the boys and their style. I thought that was a fun dynamic to play with. Yeah. And Toa Leona doing the double like Samoan drop spot, so sick. And like it almost didn't come off. They almost couldn't pull it off. And then all of a sudden he just like willed it to being and then let out the yell afterwards. And I was like, yeah, it was amazing. I thought that the Embassy's ring gear commemorating Canyon was really cool. It looked really awesome, especially on Brian Cage's. I was like, oh, as soon as I saw it out, I was like, that's the Mortis mask. I actually got to meet them live when WCW was going on. When I lived in Georgia, I went to a Nitro in Macon, Georgia, and got to meet Vandenberg and Wrath and Mortis and a whole bunch of other good people. So that was really cool. It was kind of brought me back to my childhood a little bit.
Yeah, it was great. I love Canyon. I've always been a huge Canyon fan. It was really good to see that. It brought a little tear to my eye because I'm a huge Chris Canyon fan. And we lost him too soon, way too soon. Canada Dry, your thoughts on Silly Little Goose and the Embassy?
Who better than Canyon?
Nobody.
What a great tribute. What a great tribute. Loved it. But you know what else I loved? I love that Brian Cage is finally getting a title. He's finally getting that push.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like these big guys that are with him. Know more about them. They're cool.
Yeah.
And I like that Dalton Castle can now move on to. I don't like him with guys doing 3-6-man type. Get him a pure championship. Get him a TV championship. Let's move him forward.
I mean, this is a guy who held the world championship. I don't see why he couldn't be in the same picture. The guy won a world championship with Ring of Honor. Yeah. I think he should be.
I like him as a single star, though.
Yeah,
I love him as a single star.
He's always going to be there because that's just his gimmick. The boys are always going to be there to protect him. But I don't want to see him in 6-man tag anymore. I want to see him go for a singles run, either TV or world title. So that brings us to our Yeah, Mr. Isaac's Mortis and Canyon was awesome. Absolutely.
100% agree.
The guy was light years ahead of everybody else. He
The
was like
halo
dynamite.
of offense.
Yeah.
I loved it every time he was about to hit the finisher and he would just bloop, bloop.
Yep.
Like, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. So let's go to our fifth
Well,
match
actually,
of the
if you really think about it, Mortis kind of sucked. He wasn't good until he became just Canyon without the mask.
I love the Mortis character. I loved it. I love the.
He lost all the time. They didn't give him the push until he became Canyon.
It was supposed to be like Mortal Kombat. That's the whole point of it, was to be
Yes.
the cash in on the Mortal Kombat money train. So
And our good friend Brian Allen, what's his name?
yeah,
He's huge in real life.
yeah,
Dude's tall.
yeah. So let's get to our fifth match, and that, of course, is Wheeler Yuta, otherwise known as Wheels, versus Daniel Garcia. So we start off the match with a schmoz, and it was Top Flight versus 2.0, which didn't really make sense at all. Like, you got to put Top Flight on a fast track for AEW tag team or our Ring of Honor tag team. Having them fight stroke candidate Matt Menard and slick back Angelo Parker does not make sense. It just does not make sense at all. Wheeler looks intense as he comes out. I love the Pure Rules. I'm so glad they brought it back. Again, warnings all over the place for closed fist punching. Trent Seven's in the house, which kind of indicates we might see Trent Seven start going after the Pure Championship. And then that surfboard on the outside, on the edge of the ring, was freaking phenomenal by Garcia. I absolutely loved it. This match just screamed everything that's great about about the Pure Rules for Ring of Honor. So, Rich Southwood, you go first. Your thoughts on Wheeler versus Garcia?
Yeah, I would have to say that this is the second best match of the night for me. Pretty clearly, I was looking forward to this match the entire time. I think that Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta both are stars. I'm happy to see them anytime they wrestle each other. It's going to be a good show. Some of the stuff that went on was great. As soon as the Yuta went down with his rope breaks,
yep,
that's what sealed it for me. I knew that he was going to take it home from there. But it was if you wanted to see a mat technician spectacle, then you certainly got one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you signed up for a great mat technique, you got it. If you didn't like this match, we have to start questioning whether or not you're an actual wrestling fan.
Do you even know what catch as catch can is then?
Hey, we're not going to be gatekeepers here now.
Yeah. You are not allowed to comment if you did not like this match. If you didn't like this match, you are off the show. Gone. Deleted, if you will. Canada Dry, your thoughts on our beautiful match?
Well, what I liked about this was the storytelling in this match. This match had some great storytelling from start to finish, with the rope breaks being eliminated, with the open hand fist being in there right away. So now if they do it, they're going to just get disqualified.
Yep.
I loved everything. I loved the back and forth. It was a classic style. The only thing I didn't like was the finish.
Yeah.
The finish left a sour taste in my mouth. It's okay that Wheeler won, but it doesn't make sense to me. Why is he getting the belt back?
Yeah.
Same as later on. Like, what's the whole point of it all?
Yeah.
To me, I thought it was gonna either Wheeler was gonna win or Castagnoli was gonna win.
Yeah.
I didn't think both would.
Yeah.
I thought, because I didn't think that they would diminish the Jericho Appreciation Society that much in one night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about setting up dominoes, and unfortunately, some of those dominoes fell to the floor before you get the row started. We'll get into that for sure. But
let's just talk about this ending second here.
Okay.
Going like this, tell the guy, oh, he's out. Ding, ding, ding. Like, that's such a bullshit finish. Like,
Yeah.
When have they ever done that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Who's ever tapped out from the spinnerini? We'll find out.
the spinnerini.
Right.
Booker T was doing a spinnerini and he won.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody just go from elbow. I mean, I can understand it. It looks vicious when it's done right. And so I kind of understood why they said, "Oh well, Garcia is out."
Well, I
But,
can understand how you get knocked out from an
but they've already
elbow.
used
I
it
mean,
as
that's
like a mid-
believable.
yeah,
Yeah, but they've used it as the mid-match move for so long that it's like
yeah.
gave it no credibility.
Right. I'm yeah, the ending could have been better, but I mean, I understand how someone gets knocked out by that. I'm just saying I can suspend my disbelief in that instance.
Yeah, I've taken an elbow to the head. Trust me, it'll knock you for a loop. It knocked me for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot Wednesdays for like a month. Let's get to our sixth match of the night, and that is them boys, the Briscoes, against FTR in a I double dog dare you double dog collar match. Holy crap, that was a lot to say. This is going to be a freaking banger. If you look up the definition of uncontrolled violence, this is it right here. Doomsday device. This is violently awesome. You only get one brain. That's if we had to pull out the one thing you learned from tonight's, it was Ian Riccaboni saying you only got one brain. Thank you, Riccaboni, for that. What a ref bump. The ref gigged and took a bump and started bleeding. How freaking awesome is that? When's the last time we saw a referee?
That was cool.
That wasn't a wrestler dressed up as a referee. Take a bump like that and start gushing blood.
Well, they did say he was a former wrestler.
He is a former wrestler. That is true. He is a former wrestler, but I mean, still, you're a referee. You're supposed to be the pinnacle of innocence, of cleanliness, of right versus wrong. And that guy bled worse than Dax did. And
I think he cut more than he thought he was supposed to because it looked bad.
it was just coming down in buckets. It was hilarious.
I think I fucked up on the blade job.
Yeah, Rich Southwood, give us the lowdown on what you thought of the Briscoes versus FTR.
Well, my jaw's still on the floor. To be honest with you, it was a Briscoes versus FTR match. It was great all the way around, like the double dog collar. I mean, that's like serious business. And like the spot where Dax kept trying to wrap the chain around his head to do the flying headbutt. Yeah. And finally he was like, I'm just going to hold it in place. I don't care. And just dropped. I thought that was awesome. It was an instance to me of like something not going right. And you're like, we're just going to go with it. Let's just fly. And, but there was so many different spots and I did not see the Briscoes winning. I guess I should have, but I did not because to me, this means that they have no TV deal whatsoever.
Yeah, it's got to be that because it doesn't make sense why you would put the Briscoes with the belts if you have a television deal in the works. Because
with people who won't let you put him on television anyways.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Briscoes versus FTR?
Let me just say, if you are going to be a match, a dog collar match with FTR, you don't wear white tights. Usually Dax's white tights were now red.
Well, he went for the pink. He went for the Bret Hart because they were pink by the end of the match.
Yes, it's like at the end, I'll end up like looking like Bret.
You look like Bret Hart. And we were joined by an expert.
Good evening, gentlemen. I had to come on at least just to talk about this match because this was absolutely.
Can you let me finish first so I can?
Yeah.
Then you can go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
So yes, I loved everything about this. I didn't expect FTR to win. Again, being that I didn't pick them, I feel like the predictions does leave a little bit of sour in your taste buds.
Yeah,
based on it does. Again, you can't not feel that.
Yeah,
you can't just watch it and think that was a good match. That was good for them because you feel like I got robbed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I felt like that. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts on this match?
Well, first off, I apologize, Mr. Canada Dry, for cutting off the legendary Aaron here. But I just wanted to come on and talk about this match for a second because this was absolutely brilliant. Like, I love this match. I love the brutality of it. I even love the little like commentary quips. Like, I love how Caprice Coleman compared this to like if you were talking about Funk versus Bret Hart would win a wrestling match, but Funk would win a match like this. Little nuanced things like that. I love that. The throwback history and the commentary, the brutality, the blood. This is my match of the year. Loved it.
Yeah. So I got to ask you, Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts on the Briscoes getting the belt. Does this kind of sort of say, hey, we don't have the TV deal that we thought we were going to have?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that they're going to keep them in Ring of Honor. And I don't know where we go with this. I don't know if we're getting a streaming deal. Fight TV's got that Fight Plus now. Maybe they'll throw them in there. Who knows? I don't know how that would be beneficial monetarily, but it's for the number crunchers to decide. But I don't think we're going to see the Briscoes on a television network.
Or they're bringing
back
back
not with the Discovery umbrella.
Bring back Honor.
I mean, they could bring back Honor Club for sure. I definitely could.
Back Honor Club.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it happening. That would be, I'd pay the $15 a month to watch, to watch Ring of Honor TV and Ring of Honor pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Anything more than that is ridiculous. I'm not going to pay more than,
Mr. Isaac, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the show if you want, or you can leave. It's up to you.
I'll stick around for the main event.
Okay. Let's get to our 7th match of the night. That is, of course, Samoa Joe versus Juice Robinson. I talked about this briefly when you guys were doing your prediction show. Everybody knows a good cup of Joe will always trump a bitter drink and glass of juice. For something out of the blue, I really like this match. Juice is looking really good. He had a good general. It's good to see the general fans and the casual fans get to know Juice Robinson because this guy is a hidden gem all the way in the rising sun in Japan. And they get to witness how really good he is. I love Joe's balance between power and mat work. Juice can take an ass beating like no tomorrow. Man, that guy can take a beating. I'm going to go with Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Juice versus Joe match?
I don't know what it is, but I can't get behind Juice Robinson. Like, to me, he bores the. There's just something about him. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch Juice Robinson. I don't know why. Maybe he'll grow on me, but right now I'm just not feeling it. Like, I was kind of checked out of this match until near the end. I knew Joe was going to win, so it was just like it was a good match, but you knew Joe was.
Yeah. Here's what I got to say to your comment about Juice Robinson, Mr. Canada Dry.
You know what? You just made the list.
You just made the list, my friend. You made the list. Juice Robinson is a hidden gem, you SOB. You should know that better than that.
Hey, I'm going to give him room to grow on me, I said. So.
Okay. Well, now you're partially on the list. I just put Canada on the list. I didn't put Dry yet. We'll see. Just Canada. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts on the Joe versus Juice match?
I thought this was a solid match. I still giggle when Rock Hard comes out because, that's just, come on.
Oh, yeah.
This was a fun match. I do think that the preceding match completely stole the thunder of it.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
hard to follow, right?
Yeah. The whole rest of the show basically couldn't live up to that. But Juice Robinson's a talented guy. I've enjoyed his work in New Japan. I think he does have charisma. I just think the fans have got to learn him and learn more about him. Tony Khan's bad about kind of sticking guys out there from Japan, just expecting people to know who they are. But you got to give people a little bit of a background here, especially a casual audience. Yeah. But yeah, everybody thought that Samoa Joe was going over anyways.
Yeah.
At least everybody I talked to about this. No surprises, but solid match.
Yeah. I'm hoping my opponent in AFW picked Juice to win. That's all I'm hoping for. Just fingers crossed. GJ Pauly D picked Juice to win. Mr. Southwood, your thoughts on the Juice versus Joe match?
I thought it was a fun match to watch. I liked kind of going to Mr. Isaac's point about building him up. At least during the match, they kind of built up saying, he has faced Moxley, he did face Kenny, he's faced Cody. So, and then they even I think that they worked well together in the ring to tell the story of that Juice was a worthy opponent. I don't think that, at least within the first 7 minutes of the match, that Joe looked as dominating as he has the past 4 weeks since we've seen him be the king of television. Yeah. So, but I thought it was a great match, but it is hard to live up to after the match that they had. That's kind of why I thought that match would only have the world title match after it. I thought it would end up being the second to last match, just because I didn't think anything else could really hold a candle to it.
Yeah. Mr. Canada Dry?
Rich, you brought an interesting point up, Rich. You said that he was talking about in the promo before the match. And I remember he said this: I may not win, but I'm going to put out a good show. Why would you say I may not win? That's utterly retarded. No, stupid.
Yes. That's ridiculous.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, but that's kind of like a typical babyface trope, though. It's I'm not going to, even if I don't win, I'm going to give it my best.
Oh, gosh darn the heck.
It's very Leave It to Beaver.
Right? Yeah.
So let's get to the main event of the evening as we talk about Chris Jericho versus Claudio Cannoli. Anyways, main event time. It's main event time, son. They need a new belt. Plain and simple. There are about 6 different versions of the Ring of Honor belt that look 300,000 times better than the one that Jericho is carrying. Jericho apparently does not like Ian Riccaboni. I don't understand why. I love Riccaboni. I think he's a great commentator.
Why I didn't understand that chase there?
Yeah. Why am I still dumbfounded by Claudio's strength?
Doesn't that harkens back to a Dynamite a month and a half ago where he beat up Riccaboni, right?
Yeah. Yep. He just has it out for him. He wants to kill him.
Well, I mean, Riccaboni stands for what ROH is, and Jericho's anti anything ROH, so it makes all the sense in the world to me.
That's true. This has probably been the best 3+ years Jericho has had in his career. I can't remember a time when Jericho was on fire like he is. Really great back and forth. I'm going to say my opinion for the end of the match and the end result of the booking. I'm going to go with Mr. Isaacs first. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts, of course, on the main event of the evening.
I thought this was a really solid match. It was a good back and forth. I thought Jericho looked really good in this match. He didn't really look his age. and he looked really good to me. Solid match. I would have kept it on Jericho, but I understand why they went with Claudio. But no complaints. Good match.
Yeah. Mr. Southwood, your thoughts on this match?
I enjoyed the match, but it was kind of soured for me just for the fact when the Briscoes won, I automatically knew that Jericho was dropping the title at that time too. Because once again, if there's no TV deal, why are you keeping the strap on Jericho? That's the whole purpose for it. So I knew that Claudio was going to win. It was a good match. Not a fan of the finish.
Yeah. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this match?
I enjoyed the match. Everything about the match was fun. It was good. Like Mr. Isaac said, he didn't seem his age. There was one spot where you're trying to do the breaker and it looked kind of it was good. Goodness.
Yeah.
Really disgusted.
Yeah, we had technical difficulties with you, Mr. Canada Dry.
He's gonna have to take that Ethernet cord back. It's not working very well.
Yeah, you were breaking up that entire time.
Are we lagging here?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, I was disgusted with this finish, tapping out to the swing. Like, no one's gonna tap to the swing. You're gonna get dizzy. That's all you're gonna do. You're
That
tapping
was
out because
kind
you're
of
dizzy.
stupid.
Well, I was like, if he passes out, that's one thing, but he tapped.
Yeah.
Like, it just it makes the title look weak.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bullshit call, is what it was. It was bullshit booking by Tony Khan, because Jericho's taken the swing multiple times. He's never tapped out. I don't think I've ever seen any wrestler tap out to the giant swing, and then in a championship match where you're trying to jumpstart a relatively flatline promotion in Ring of Honor, and you give it up that way. I don't mind Jericho losing. I don't like Jericho losing to the spin. It doesn't make sense. It makes the title look ridiculous. It makes that match look like it was run by two clowns. Everything about that just tasted horrible. If it was a steak, I'd send it back because it was absolute crap.
You know what? You're a movie guy, right, JP?
I am a movie guy.
You're a big movie buff, right?
Yeah.
So the most important part of a movie to me is the ending.
Yeah.
If you botch the ending, the whole thing is ruined, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So a bad ending ruins the whole movie. So this bad ending ruined the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah. It took a capable, because here's the thing. You're on your last pay-per-view of the year, both for AEW and for AEW and for Ring of Honor. You have a promotion that you just bought, you're trying to revive it, you're trying to get the masses to start watching it, and you basically pulled your pants down and took a big fat dump right on your pay-per-view. And I would love to be at the media scrum, because I would love to have someone say to Tony Khan, what the hell did you just do? Because you made the title look weak, you made the pay-per-view look like it wasn't worth the money that was spent for it. It just absolutely nothing about it. Mr. Isaacs, yeah. Mr. Isaacs, what are your thoughts on the finish?
Yeah, very weird finish. It was a good match. Like I said, I enjoyed the match, but the whole ending it with the swing thing, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would have kept it on Jericho anyways. But yeah, I'm not sure how this benefited anybody.
Yeah, it benefited nobody. You know what? It benefited Tony Khan, because he put $40 of my money in his pocket, which was bullcrap. I'm asking.
Don't get me started on my experience watching this shit.
I'm asking for a refund, because that was bullcrap. Rich Southwood, your thoughts on the end?
It would have taken an extra 10 seconds to stop the swing and then slap on the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah.
And have him tap, and it looked clean.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Scorpion Deathlock. You heard me. The Scorpion Deathlock.
The show just got an hour longer. Clear your schedules, gentlemen.
The end of Rich Southwood for today.
If
he wasn't a Bret Hart boy, I wouldn't complain.
You literally kicked him off, lad.
He's gone.
He kicked him off of the. I'm putting him back on the stream. There he goes. There's Rich. Damn it.
I'm back.
If you say nothing else, you can stay.
Reminds me of the old Simpsons thing. Hang your head in shame.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are at the end of the show. We went through all 8 matches. We went through all 14 or 12 matches that we had, the 4 matches ahead in 0 hour. So the time we always do on After Dark is we always like to go ahead and give it number of bells 1 to 5 and what our favorite match was. Mr. Isaacs, what was your favorite match and how many bells would you give this pay-per-view?
Favorite match by far, the dog collar match. Now, to be fair, and I told Aaron this.
Hold on,
the
let's
reason
say
why I
our
didn't come on
favorite
the
match.
show.
Can we add something? Can we add what our second match is as well?
Sure.
Well, I'm just going to tell you what my favorite match was because I had a hell of a time with this stupid Bleacher Report shit, and I
Yeah.
ended up missing half the show.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't on here as a full, guest to review the whole thing. But, my favorite by far, the dog collar match. I mean, that's my match of the year. So,
Okay. How many bells would you give it?
5.
Okay. Wow. All right. Mitch.
Just that match, not the
Yeah. I'm just rating that match. I'm not rating the whole show.
Okay. We're Southwood. What is your favorite match and how many bells would you give the pay-per-view?
Yeah, favorite match by far is dog collar, double dog collar match. There's no other match that really compares to it. I really did enjoy Top Flight versus Kingdom though. That was a really cool match to watch. And as far as bells go, I'll go 3.75.
Okay.
The ending just completely took it out for me, and there were a couple of other things I didn't quite understand. I thought that for the most part, the matches were great. I thought the decision to put the strap on Athena was great. Same thing with the Embassy, but there were just a couple of things that kind of left it off for me to give it to me, it's no 2020 Revolution.
Yeah.
To me, that's like 5 bells.
Yeah. Okay. Canada Dry, if you can stay glitch free. Number of bells in your favorite 2 matches.
My favorite match of the night is Swerve and Keith Lee. Absolutely love this, and it's part of this ongoing story. I love that Keith Lee was able to still win after his partners. And my second match would be the dog collar match. I'm not picking that match is because it left a little sting on me after predicting for FDR to win. So not over that yet.
Okay. How many bells would you give it?
In this show, the lowest I've given any show, 2 bells.
Okay. All right. So my favorite 2 matches was the Kingdom versus Top Flight was my number 2 favorite match. My number 1 was the dog collar match. What a vicious match. You know, anytime a ref takes a bump and gets color, all right in my book.
That was great.
This whole pay-per-view was nothing short of just miserable. I give it 2 bells as well. The how you ended the Briscoes and how you ended just everything. The finishes on these matches were just horrible. They made no sense whatsoever. The main event should have been the pinnacle. This should have been a way to say, look at us. We're Ring of Honor. We're coming back. And we're coming back with some gusto. And they said, hey, look at us. We're Ring of Honor. You might see us again on TV in 2024 because it ain't happening in 2023. That's for damn sure. So 2 bells. So that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. As of course, there's 2 ways you can find all our information. YouTube.com/FN Wrestling, where you can click like and subscribe. You can go ahead and find all our social media links there. If you're not YouTube savvy, FNWrestling.com. Scroll all the way down. There's all our social media links. There you can find everything from Facebook, Twitter. We're on Mastodon. We're on Hive. You name it, we're going to be on it, and we're going to be on it with a fury. If you like pro wrestling tees and you like wearing swag like the effing fingers, the all effing wrestling shirt that Canada Dry is sporting, the one that Martalia Markova is wearing, because good Lord, she makes that shirt look good. All you have to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling if you like Adrian Adonis and you're looking to give a gift to a certain guy who started effing wrestling. I'm talking about Canada Dry. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get Canada Dry one of those shirts. By God, Heck yeah, you can. So on behalf of the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs, the superstar Rich Southwood, and Canada Dry, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting.
Hit the music.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.